distancing requirements this year, our Purim festivities are a little bit different. But because of your good spirits and our excellent participants, we will still have a lot of fun. What a wonderful array of costumes I'm seeing on the screen. Save them so perhaps we can exhibit them next year. The theme for this morning's Beth-El spiel is Purim Impostors. I would like to thank our Impostors cast, Cantor Melissa Cohen, Rabbi Jenny Greenspan, Education Director George Kelly, and our board members Cindy Harp and Dan Resnick, and a special appearance of Evan Cohen. As always, we are grateful to Sherry Levine and Jackie Goldstein for their behind-the-scenes running of the technology that keeps us connected. So, how is this Purim different from all other Purims? You may ask, and I may answer. On Purim in past years, we have all worn masks. But since this year, we have been wearing PPE masks all along, on this Purim, since we are social distancing from home, we don't need to wear masks. So I'll take this off. Even though we don't need to cover up for our faces, let's make sure that we cover up the name of that wicked, wicked man from your own homes. Even if we can't hear you, we hope that you will let the loud sounds of Purim fill your home screen. So you can use a grogger or anything at home that makes noise, including your voices. Your parents and pets are going to wish the party was back at our beautiful Simon Sanctuary before we can say that name. Haman! Ooh! There will be a virtual costume parade immediately following the conclusion of the Megillah reading and the spiel. So be ready, have fun. We are ready now to hear the story of Esther. But first, someone reported there is an imposter among us.
Well, kids, it's now been 344 days in quarantine. And if that's not the worst of it, along with TikTok and TikTokers, there is now an imposter among us. Yes, you heard me correctly, an imposter. You would think after 2,499 years, we'd be able to figure out who among us is not so innocent. But I know that I, like so many of you out there during these times of uncertainty, also suffer from Megillah fatigue. So, crewmates of all colors, from orange to brown, to light green, and yes, even cyan. Shh. There is one imposter among us. Could it be King Ahasuerus, robed in bougie purple from head to toe, looking kinda sus and acting all 458 BCE-ish the way he treats his queen?
If my task list says for my queen to dance for me and my friends at my Zoom party, then she's gonna dance, whether she wants to or not.
I think someone needs to fix his wiring. Maybe he'd have done better if he'd had sent her one of those amazing Mishloach Manot Purim baskets, only available at Beth-El online now through today, only at bez613.org. Check the chat box for the link. Moving on. Ever wonder why Esther didn't just tell the king that her real name was actually Hadassah? No wonder her cheeks are rosy pink. I mean, what's she hiding?
Maybe if I change my name to Esther, the king won't know that I'm actually Jewish.
And can we discuss Esther's uncle Mordecai? Does no one else think it's just a little bit sus that he hangs out around the palace gates, listening in on all of the guards spilling the tea, and just happens to find out about their plans to take the king down? Anyone?
Why am I sus? I was simply completing all my tasks and was exactly where I was supposed to be. It's all in the Megillah. Chapter 2, verse 21. Look. Well, there you go. I've got a receipt. It's because I'm red, isn't it?
Red is always sus, and such a Karen. And lastly, someone who is green with envy, but is best crewmates with the king, completes his tasks just a bit too easily and seems to move very swiftly from place to place through the streets of Shushan. How does he do that?
Watch me do this task. Come on. See, I'm innocent.
And then there's me, your host today, the former Queen Vashti. I wear black because that's my skin and I love it. Want to know why I'm telling the story instead of in the story? I never get to be the imposter. Ahem. What I meant to say was the Purple King is so foolish, he thinks he voted me out. But guess what? I wanted out. So I just rage quit. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra Megillah Vayehi bimei Achashverosh Achashverosh Amolech Mehodu v'yadkush Sheva v'yasrim u'mea medina Bayamim ahem Kesheshet hamelech Achashverosh Al kisei malchuto asher b'Shushan habira. Well, here we are back on the map of Shushan, and we need to figure out who is not who they say they are. So, red, green, pink, and purple. Time to complete your tasks before the Megillah is over. And go. I'm an imposter, I'm gonna find ya, maybe in Shushan, in the Megillah. I'm an imposter, I'm gonna find ya, King A or Haman, Morty or Esther.
Well, since Vashti just rage quit, my first task will be to find a new queen. I hold a contest and vote for one in a pink skin.
Shehudi haya b'Shushan habira u'shmo Mordechai ben Yahir ben Shimi ben Akish ish Yemini vayehi hobein et Hadassah hi Esther bat Dodo ki in love va'im v'hana'ara yefator v'tovat mar'eh u'vemot aviha ve'imaha lekacha Mordechai lo levat vayehi V'hishama devar hamelech v'dato u'v'hikavet narot rabot el Shushan habira al yad Hegai v'tilakach Esther el beit hamelech el yad Hegai shomer hanashim v'titav hana'ara v'inav v'tisach chesed lefanav. Now, Mordecai was red in the face when he heard of this contest while he was out completing his tasks. After downloading data at the Shushan Med Bay, he had an emergency meeting in secret with his niece, Hadassah, in the electrical. Nothing sus about that.
Hadassah, you need to do a very important task. You may look a little sus doing it, but you need to be brave, stay strong, and just survive. The king is looking for a new queen with a pink skin, and it just so happens that by being close to the king, you can protect our Jewish crewmates from the evil imposter Haman.
But I'm Jewish, and I'm sure the king will think I'm sus if he knows what I'm up to. Do we even have enough evidence against Haman? Maybe we should just skip and focus on our tasks. Boy, I really do suffer from imposter syndrome.
Just wear your pink skin and tell him your name is Esther. Do not tell him you're Jewish. He's so cringy and partying all the time. He won't think you're sus at all.
And just like that, the king's task was complete. Esther was his new queen.
First task complete. Queen in pink, nailed it.
Now Esther had an uncle and his name was Mordecai. He asked her, "Can you help us?" And she said, "Of course I'll try." Everybody, oh, today we'll merry, merry be. Oh, today we'll merry, merry be. Oh, today we'll merry, merry be. And nosh some hamentashen. Ubechol yom vayom Mordechai mitalech לפני חצר בית הנשים לדעת את שלום אסתר ומה יעשה בה. Meanwhile, Mordecai was not looking sus at all, checking in on Esther every day outside the royal palace. One day, while he was still trying to perfectly swipe his card, Mordecai overheard Cyan and royal blue guards whispering about how the king had lost his ability to fix the royal wiring, along with all of his other important tasks. They even accused him of having fake tasks. Naturally, they were planning to press the button, call an emergency meeting, present the evidence, accuse him of being the imposter, and vote him out. But Mordecai quickly DM'd palace authorities, who told the king that he covered for him. Mordecai had presented evidence against Cyan and Royal Blue, and they were then voted out of Shushan, where they were forced to watch YouTube videos of actual people playing Minecraft on repeat forever and ever. A complete chronicle of this event was documented on the official Royal Shushan Purim book page. אחר הדברים גידל המלך אחשוורוש את המן. בן המדתה הגגי וינשאו וישם את כיסו מעל כל השרים אשר איתו. Meanwhile, the king was often seen having secret meetings with his new favorite crewmate, Haman. And while all the crewmates in Shushan were busy completing their tasks, more complicated now than usual, having had to pivot to a hybrid schedule, Haman was actually sabotaging their missions so he could win the game and get what he really wanted. No Jewish crewmates in Shushan at all. Could Haman be the imposter?
We are so close to finishing our tasks. Don't forget the most important one. Bow to me every time you see me.
Oh, once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name. Oh, he lied and lied about the Jews, though we were not to blame. Oh, everybody, oh, today will merry, merry be. Oh, today will merry, merry be. Oh, today will merry, merry be. And nash some hamintashen. As Haman monitored the streets of Shushan, pretending to fix wires and swiping his admin card and other fake tasks. He seemed to pop in and out of different areas of town in an instant. And everywhere he went, he would check crewmates' tasks by making them bow to him. No one found him sus at all, even when he was AFK, except for one man who wore a red skin named Mordecai, who never bowed to him. When he saw that Mordecai would not bow down to him or give him any respect, Haman became furious.
Mordecai, if you don't complete the task of bowing to me right now, I'm going to press the button and call an emergency meeting and vote you out as the impostor.
I will never bow down to you, Haman. And no one will believe you that I am the impostor.
Then I will tell them that you are the impostor.
I am neither the impostor nor the impostor, and I am certainly not the pastor. That's Rabbi Dennis. I am just Mordecai the Jew, and I won't bow down to you.
First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live a Jewish life outside. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to play along, and now you're sus. You're from space. I just walked in to find you sabotaging Shushan's royal place. I should just tell that foolish king he should just throw away your key. If I'd have known just for a second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go back in the vents, away from keyboard, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Haman is the evil man who tried to hurt all of the Jews. You think we'd crumble? You think we lay down and die? Oh no, not us. We will survive as long as we know how to love our God. I know we'll stay alive. I've got wiring to fix, and I've got all my tasks to do, and I'll survive. We will survive. Hey, hey.
King Ahasuerus, I come before you, your royal purpleness. There is a group of crewmates among us who refuse to bow down to me, to us, and are trying to sabotage our mission. They are very sus, and they don't play by the rules. We must vote them out and do away with them immediately.
Okay, Haman. So long as no one thinks I'm sus, I grant you permission to sabotage their mission.
I will cast lots, Purim, and see when the day will be. The date is set. All the Jewish crewmates will be voted off of the mission on the 13th of Adar.
Utsu etzaver too far, dabru davor velo yakum. Utsu etzaver ותופר דברו דבר ולא יקום כי עמנואל. הוצאו עצה ותופר דברו דבר ולא יקום כי Emmanuel. Plan your evil plans, evil men. We know that they're never gonna work. Plan your evil plans. We know that they'll never work because we trust in Adonai. Plan your evil plans. We know that they'll never work because we will trust in Adonai. Somehow, this foolish king didn't find anything sus about what Haman was up to. And so an official royal edict was texted to vote out all the Jewish crewmates at an emergency meeting. When Esther learned of this, she turned to her uncle.
Oh, Uncle Mordecai, Haman has completely fooled the king by making... He's completely fooled the king by making him think he's on his side, and he's planning to destroy all of us.
Esther, you have one last mission to complete on your mission.
I know what to do. I'm on a mission for God.
So Esther followed Mordecai's instructions and approached the king.
Hey, Pinky, is anyone sus? What, where, even up to half the royal events will be given to you.
Your Majesty, if it pleases the king, go AFK and come with me today to complete tasks at a Netflix party I have prepared for you. And bring Haman. Oh, and also, how about one of those adorable Mishloach Manot Purim baskets, only available at Beth-El online now through today? See the link for the chat. See the chat.
So they went to the Netflix party Esther had prepared and binge watched all 3 seasons of Stranger Things.
Oh, Esther, you're so pretty in pink. What else would you like?
Well, if you really love me, if you regard me with favor, and if it pleases you to grant my request, come to another Netflix party with me again tomorrow, along with Haman. Don't forget to wear your purple mask.
Meanwhile, Mordecai worried for his niece and their crewmates. Back at the palace, it was nighttime. The king could not sleep. He tried everything from watching TikTok to door dashing warm milk from Shushan Sheikh, until finally resorting to reading every sermon of the rabbis since 57-59. But King Purple just couldn't rest. So the light blue royal crewmate began to read from the official Royal Shushan Punim book page, recalling the story of when Mordecai saved the king's life.
Mark saved, and there was that Mordecai the Jew did save the king by telling the other crewmates he was with him doing tasks while Simon and Royal Blue were sabotaging.
He saved my life? What did we do for this Mordecai?
Nothing.
Before the king could sleep, he called for Haman.
What should be done for a person the king favors? One who helped save the king, one who is loyal and trustworthy and commands respect. You know, one who is not sus at all.
Haman was green with envy and greedy and thought the king meant him.
He should be dressed in the finest skins with all the latest accessories, a sick new beanie for sure, and given a brand new med pad and admin card before he is paraded about Shushan as if he were floating on air as the people everywhere call out, "This is what the king does for one he favors."
Well, summon Mordecai and tell him You serve your king well, and you will be rewarded. Haman, do for him what you have just said.
Vayikach Haman et halvush ve'et hasuus v'yalbish et Mordechai vayarkivihu birchov ha'ir vayikra lefanav kacha yaseh la'ish asher hamelech hafetz bikaro. So Haman reluctantly and enviously led Mordecai around Shushan, but he was still planning to vote out all of the Jewish crewmates.
Mordecai, you got lucky today, but tomorrow, just you wait.
Esther, you must convince the king to stop Haman from sabotaging our people and voting out all our crewmates. Esther, you're our only hope.
Really? Every single year?
That evening, Haman, the king and Esther all met for the Netflix party. The king had watched too much Bridgerton.
My queen, tell me what you want of me.
Haman was seen venting all through Shushan and is planning to vote out all of the Jewish crewmates. But what you don't know is that I too am Jewish.
You're the imposter?
Every inch of me is Jewish, and I am the queen. There goes evil Haman. He's so sus, making people bow to him. I can sense him there, like a crewmate who's gone rogue. He is venting, and it feels like no one knows. I have always been Queen Esther, Hadassah deep inside. I have secrets too that I don't have to hide. Show yourself, you are the imposter. Show yourself, you're so sus. You are the one we've been looking for all of this time. Show yourself, the crewmates will vote among us. Imposter. I've never felt so certain. All my life I've been torn. But I'm here for a reason. Could it be the reason I was born? It says right in the Megillah that my uncle Mordechai completes the task and saves the day when Haman says goodbye. Show yourself and stop all this trouble. Here I am, I've come so far. All of my people have been waiting for all of their lives. Oh, show yourself, let them see who you are. Haman, you have vented for the last time. The button was pressed and an emergency meeting was called among us. Esther and Mordecai reported Haman's sabotage mission to the king with all the evidence against him. The crewmates voted, and indeed, there was no question. Haman, who had been sus all along, was the imposter. On the 13th of Adar, there's a gallows just for Haman. The imposter has been found. He is found. Show yourself. Well then. Sover haYehudim haragu uVabizar lo shalchu et yadam. Following the emergency meeting at the Royal Med Pad on the 13th of Adar, when Haman had planned to vote out all the Jewish crewmates from Shushan, he and his family instead were banned from posting on Kvetcher, Punim, Instayenta, TikTok Schlock, and Snapkvel. They had been canceled, and along with Matthew Morrison, also known as Mr. Shoe of Glee, were never heard from again. We were told later that he zoomed out.
This Megillah is rigged.
Later that same day, the king gave Queen Esther all that belonged to Haman. The king found out that Mordecai was Esther's uncle and had him brought into the royal vents. He was rewarded by finally never getting accused of being sus again, just because he was red. And he received a legendary text message from the king himself saying simply, GG, look it up. And so on the 14th of Adar, there was a joyous, socially distant celebration on Zoom. Decrees were texted out to every color crewmate throughout Persia in the land. For the Jews, it was a time of happiness and joy, gladness and honor. There was a great feast, socially distanced, of course, and all the Jews sent gifts to their friends, mishloach manot, Purim baskets, which they ordered online from Beth-El now through today only. Check the link. Mordecai told them to repeat this celebration from year to year to remember how the Jews were saved from the evil Haman. And peace reigned throughout all of the land. LaYehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason v'ikar u'v'chol medina u'v'chol hir v'hir mekom asher davar hamelech v'dato magia simcha v'sason LaYehudim mishtev v'yom tov v'rabim me'amei haaretz mityahadim ki nafal pachad Yehudim aleihem. Victory is ours. Well, that'll do it, kids. Time for our virtual costume parade.
River.
ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ויקר. 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 La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 חג פורים, חג פורים, חג גדול ליהודים, מסכות רשנים, זמירות ריקודים, הבה נרישה רש רש רש, הבה נרישה רש רש רש, הבה נרישה רש רש רש, ברשנים. חג פורים, חג גדול ליהודים, מסכות רשנים, זמירות ריקודים, הבה נרישה רש רש רש, הבה נרישה רש רש רש, הבה נרישה רש רש רש, ברשנים. Oh, once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name. Oh, he lied and lied about the Jews, but they were not to blame. Oh, oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Ashtam Hamintashem. In spite of Haman's awful plan and the scare he gave us, Esther was so brave and strong, she knew just how to save us. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And Ashtam Hamintashem. It's like the being on the Jumbotron, on the Kiss Cam. It's the Purim Cam. Yay. ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ויקר. 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 La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Well, is that a wrap? I think that might be a wrap of the Megillah. Jackie, is that a wrap?
I think we got everyone.
Yes, we did it. We read the Megillah, and I think that we did it. Did everybody have fun this morning? Yay! Thank you for coming on. We're so glad that you were with us. And we're so glad that we found that imposter.
Amen.
Amen.
Purim, everybody.
Purim, everybody.
Happy
And
Purim.
an adult that is over the age of is 21 or older, please join us on Thursday night at 7:30 for our, or is it 7 o'clock, Jackie? 7 or 7:30? Look it up.
7.
So it's 7 o'clock if you are 21 or over for the Purim set on Erev Purim. We will be reading the Megillah again, and we will be having a Purim whodunit for the 21 and older crew. So please join us then.
So I can't come,
No, you can't
but I
come.
can listen from downstairs.
Ooh, he might be
And
stuck.
Melissa, I have a question for everybody that I posted.
Oh, I see it. What character in the Megillah is a sus?
Or a sus.
Oh, yes, I did that in my Megillah reading. A ooh,
Right? So we
What
have
do you
a
think?
sus. The original sus is in the Megillah.
The original sus. Yeah, tell us, Rabbi.
That's it.
What do you guys think? Who's the sus? I read it in the Megillah. The su. Ooh. Anyone? Oh, they can't type it in the chat because we disabled them.
Ah, okay.
So
No,
why don't you tell us, Rabbi?
Happy Purim.
well, it's the sus.
Yep, I'll type it. A horse.
A horse.
Yay.
A horse. Not nay, yay.
Yay.
Or perhaps nay. Happy Purim, everybody. See
Happy
many of
Purim,
you on
Chag Sameach.
Thursday evening. Thanks to all our wonderful participants. And don't forget those Purim Shalach Manot, Mishloach Manot bags.
Yes,
Make
indeed.
each other's Purim sweet.
Thanks for joining us for our inaugural Zoom Purim.
Among Us, imposters among us.
That's a wrap. Have
That's a wrap.
fun.